Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Pumpius. Step 1, make money. Step 2, buy XRP. Step 3, act broke. I'm going to add to this. In the coming weeks, you are all going to make life-changing money. When you make that money, don't let the money control you. Don't let the money change you. And definitely don't brag about how much money you just made off of your XRP all over social media. I just talked about this in a video yesterday. People pay attention to that. You don't want to make yourself a target. All those same people that are bragging about how much XRP they're buying, how much they're holding, they will soon be bragging about how rich they got in this cycle. Don't be that guy or that girl. Saw this about 8 years ago, and I can't stop seeing it unfold. I showed you this mapping in a video the other day, and I said this gives you a good idea on where XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, and IOTA are going in the future. It was a way to give you an idea how much they will be worth in the future. But Smoke pointed this out. XRP Xlm Xdc, ISO 222 compliant platforms driving precious metal tokenization, gold and silver. XRP Ledger offers a decentralized exchange and auto-bridging of liquidity, which could enable gold tokens to be traded against XRP or other tokens natively. Notably, the Kinesis platform uses technology derived from Stellar for its gold and silver tokens. In the UAE, the Dubai Multi-Commodity Center partnered with Comtech Gold to issue gold-backed tokens on the XDC network. These three X's are going to be moving gold and silver, tokenized gold and silver on a daily basis. So if you look at this mapping today, you could see how it starts out as an ounce of gold goes into XRP and comes out to the buyer on the other end. Gold and silver will be traveling across these ISO networks. So this mapping, even though it's like 8 years old, is now coming true in real time. This comes from Wrath of Comment. A couple of highlights from the latest SBI report pertaining to XRP and Ripple. 1. Some detail about adoption. SBI cites Ripple payments in use by 100+ financial institutions across 55 countries. This is different than the OFT cited 300 financial institutions, which may be using other products. So the 300 or 500 financial institutions that we know are out there working with Ripple, you can add another 100+ to that list. They seem to be for crypto ETFs, including XRP. You also see gold and crypto assets together, digital gold. The idea of Bitcoin being digital gold, that narrative is going to die off over time. SBI has plans for RLUSD. Note the restrictions on the JPY-backed stablecoins too. They're going to start pushing RLUSD in Japan instead of having maybe a CBDC in the future. Everything's changing because the US pushed away from a central bank digital currency and decided to go in the direction of a stablecoin. Other countries are going to follow in that direction. XRP is now live on BDACS. We're thrilled to offer custody support for XRP, one of the most popular digital assets in Korea. to our institutional clients. This launch strengthens our long-standing partnership with Ripple and underscores our commitment to the Korean market. With our recent integrations into Korea's top exchanges, Upbit, CoinOne, and Corebit, clients can now deploy XRP across the largest trading venues in Korea in a regulatory compliant way. This is just the beginning of what's ahead for BDACS Korea and Ripple in South Korea. So they're expanding out and they're offering institutional clients custody solutions for their XRP. So expect more institutional clients in Korea to start stockpiling XRP as well, locking it away. Analysts to XRP holders, this is my final warning. We're about to get extremely rich. We are about to all get financial freedom if you have the right game plan. Some of you are going to be buying your first house after this cycle. Some of you are going to be opening small businesses. Some of you are going to be paying off the house you're in now. There's so many things you're going to be able to do because you are going to make, in the course of the coming months, as much as people make working 5 years at a job. That's how quick XRP can change your life. And some people are going to fully retire after this run as well. This post is from April 5th, 2023, from Senior Stake. It's amazing to me that there is a great chance that many of us will be retired by September, or at the worst, late 2025 or early 2026. And he's not wrong. He posted that back in 2023, and look at where we are today. We are heading in to the greatest alt season we have ever seen. We might be on the verge of entering a massive utility run for not only XRP, but XLM, XDC, and so on. And like I said, with the right game plan, you might not be punching the clock after January of next year. You are going to be able to get passive income. I even think the institutional wave of money is going to come in Q4 of this year. Most likely it will begin in October. And once the institution starts showing up, they're just going to flow into this space. And it's not just going to happen in 1 month. It's going to happen over a period of time, a short period of time. And as those institutions keep entering this space, more and more money is coming with them. That's how you're going to see XRP hit some crazy price points. You know, Jay Claver said, if all the catalysts play out, $1,500 to a $2,000 XRP. And I think he might be on point with that prediction because the catalysts keep piling up for XRP. It was just 1 or 2 catalysts. Now it's multiple catalysts. And I want you to take a listen to this. Lehman Baird and Mance Harmon of Hedera Hashgraph on why HBAR is so undervalued while meme coins like Doge are worth $34 billion. There are a lot of more people that want to gamble. But this could be said about any altcoin right now, any utility-driven cryptocurrency. Take a listen to what he says.
But I think this question is okay, because we're not talking about price specifically, but why do you think, if you agree that it's undervalued, yes. and I do, I've said that publicly, that's no problem, why do you think it is? Well, let me give you an example. I don't really want to use numbers, but you've got Dogecoin right here, and it's 50 cents. At the same time, HBAR's 27. And there's just light years apart.
There are a lot more people that want to gamble than actually look at real investments.
Okay, great.
It's just, what's the market for gambling? Huge.
Just, not backed by anything but the greater fool theory. I'll buy it today for X because somebody will buy it off tomorrow for Y.
Exactly. So I think that's part of it.
Okay.
I think that's part. I mean, why is Doge going up or down?
No, yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? But okay, so that explains
that's
that.
part of it.
But why is it so undervalued? Okay.
And I don't want to answer your question.
No.
I don't want to get in trouble and hurt the project.
And I'm not
what
saying.
I do want to answer.
Yeah.
In the late 90s,
yes,
we had this web thing that had come along.
Yes.
Everybody starts a web company.
Yes.
And they, I like pets, I'll make a pets.com. I don't have a business plan. I don't actually know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to go to VCs and get millions of dollars from VCs because I'm going to have a website and web is cool.
Yes.
Okay.
And web succeeds. All web succeeds.
All web succeeds.
Yeah.
So some of those, on paper are billion-dollar companies and they have nothing but pets.com or a domain and literally nothing. They don't even have a business plan. They don't know what they're going to do. And they're two kids in their dorm room and this is the billion-dollar company.
Yes.
Then there were also mixed in some little companies like Amazon.com that said, we're going to think carefully about how to build something that actually changes the world. This is what people need. We're going to build something that makes people's lives better. And we're going to build a company around it. We'll name it Amazon.com. Yeah. Okay, maybe they were worth a lot to the VCs too. So we have all these people worth a lot to the VCs. People are gambling on them. Then you had the dot-com crash. And the chaff got blown away.
And that's what's going to happen in crypto. You're going to see the next Amazon emerge from crypto. I think Ripple will be bigger than Amazon. I think Hedera will be bigger than Amazon. Stellar will be bigger than Amazon. XDC will be bigger than Amazon. Algo, Q&T is going to be a massive monster. IOTA, another massive sleeping giant, is going to emerge because these cryptocurrencies are solving real-world problems. They're not just billion-dollar companies on paper. They actually have a true working use case and utility. And that's why when this bubble pops, you're going to see a much different top 10 in crypto. All of these ISO cryptocurrencies, they're going to be the top 10. And even if you look beyond just the ones that are called ISO cryptocurrencies now, you start to add in Casper, Nexera, A0, which is another one I really like. EWT is another one. DAG, I mean, Velo, Stronghold, I mean, Ondo. There's so many of them that have real use case, real potential. And they are going to replace today's memes. The days of gambling in crypto will come to an end. A shift will happen. Those cryptos will disappear and the money will shift into real value. And as that's happening, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin will become irrelevant. ETH will still be with us, but I think ETH will die over time. It's way too expensive. And now there's better networks out there that could replace ETH as well. SEC to host crypto roundtables across the United States. I really like the direction that this new SEC is going in. And they want to hear from people. And they want to travel around the country and see what people have to say. I would really love to see the report that they come back with once they complete all of these events. And you see them right here. But this SEC is so much different than what we had with Gary Gensler. And there's no doubt about that. Blockchain Backer says the day it happens, the American people will celebrate this as a good thing. But it's an opportunity for them to take shelter behind the bill to sell off their portfolios before the crash, not causing panic as to why, and the public won't see it coming. Take a listen.
The president has spoken to Senator Hawley, who called him, and the president took that call. As the president said in the Roosevelt Room yesterday, conceptually, he of course supports the idea of ensuring that members of Congress and United States senators who are here for public service cannot enrich themselves. And the reason that this idea to put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million. In 2024, Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, this was a fascinating statistic to me, grew 70% in 1 year in 2024, and her portfolio outperformed every single large hedge fund in that same year, and even more than doubled the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves off of public service and ripping off their constituents in the process. As for the mechanics of the legislation and how it will move forward, the White House continues to be in discussions with our friends on Capitol Hill.
So it looks like the Pelosi bill is eventually going to get put in place. And it's going to keep politicians from investing in the stock market. But you know, blockchain backer, what he said, you're going to see happen with Bitcoin. You know, Michael Saylor, no family. It's just Michael Saylor. Maulers, no family, just him. These people could disappear overnight. And they're the biggest voices behind Bitcoin. So when it does crash out and everybody starts losing money and people were buying the top, these people will disappear. You'll never hear from them again. And people won't even see it coming. Same thing I always said about Tether. The day they decide to kill Tether, it's not going to be in the news. They're not going to announce that it's going to happen. All of a sudden, you're going to wake up one morning, Tether's going to be crashing down and taking Bitcoin with it, because you could only print something for so long without any backing before it comes crashing down. And that will eventually happen. Most likely it's going to happen with the Clarity Act. That's going to be the first big nail in Bitcoin's coffin, because it's going to separate Bitcoin. And hey, the maxis should love the idea of that. They already think that Bitcoin is some cryptocurrency that was handed down by the gods, and it should not even be mentioned with the likes of utility-driven cryptocurrencies like XRP, XLM, XDC, and so on. So it's going to be separated, but it's going to be called speculative asset. Over here is going to be use case, utility-driven cryptocurrencies. Where do you think the money is going to go? It's going to go into real value. Smart money is not going to follow speculation. So that's why I think the Clarity Bill will be the first nail. And when they kick Tether out of the United States, that will be nail number 2, which will be the final nail. Bitcoin will not go to zero, and I got to stress that, but it will be irrelevant going forward. Nobody's going to want to park money in it anymore. It'll be an asset that maybe goes up 5 or 10% here and there. When you have something like a new financial system with a gold-backed currency, there's really no use to have Bitcoin around anymore. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.